I'm going near the bottom of the board, and if you like the sound of a 15 for 44 history against Max Scherzer, which includes 10 extra base hits and only one strikeout in that sample size, I give you Michael Brantley for only $2,700. That's too big a sample size to ignore, and that lone strikeout in 44 ABs tells me that Brantley's going to surely put the ball in play, and I think he gets at least a base hit tonight or two, and pays well for that low price tag. I also think you have to consider the Yankee bats in this range as they're facing Matt Harvey of the O's tonight. Harvey's been a little bit better than he started out the season with, but I still can't pivot away from price tags of $4,400 on the likes of Lieber Torres and Gary Sanchez as part of a Bronx Bomber attack this evening. And I mentioned Mejia's numbers. That implies a Blue Jay stack too. And I'll include Randall Grichuk for $4,300 and Lourdes Gurriel for $4,100. So a lot of low price tags, and you can really spend big on a pitcher if you can fit some of these guys into your batting lineup.
Matt, where are you going for a value bat?
Yeah, so I think the two spots the field goes to are this Yankee game where you have some weirdly underpriced players against Matt Harvey, but that will create a lot of ownership. And then you have Coors Field where there's a bunch of cheap bats too. So I'm sticking with the Dodgers, Will Smith, Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, all in the mid 4,000s. And then I think you have the Phillies who are expensive at the high end, but then you have Gene Segura, Alec Bohm, Didi Gregorius, all pretty cheap. So I think those two stacks, both for the high end of the salary range and then for the value bats, like I think those two teams are just the spots where you can take advantage of what the field is doing the most on this slate.
All right, Garion, a value bat.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about the Jays as a stacking opportunity, and this guy's name hasn't come up yet, but Corey Dickerson, not someone that a lot of people have been talking about, mostly because he's been injured, but came off the IL after a 2-month stint yesterday and hit 6th in the Blue Jays batting order. That's going to be important if he does that again. He's just $3,400. And for as good as I believe the Jays will be tonight against JC Mejia, he does have overwhelming left-handed splits. He's actually been pretty good against right-handed batters, and the majority of the Blue Jays bats are right-handed. They're really good right-handed bats, but they're still right-handed. Mejia has been awful against left-handed bats, and Dickerson should be the one in the Jays order that bats the highest. So at $3,400, with the Jays having one of the higher implied team totals on the slate, I think he's a really good value play.